Hello, my name is Victoria, and here's my submission for Project 4, the SR Latch. For the circuit I created, I used 2 NAND gates. I only really needed to use 1, since the gates have 4 separate on each of them, but I decided to use 2 to kind of space it out a little bit. So what I did on one side will also mirror image for the other side, except for the connecting wires in the middle, which I'll explain. So for the buttons, I connected the first pin onto the power or the positive end on the board, and connected the other pin to a 10k ohm resistor and also to the 1A pin on the gate. So from the gates as well, I connected the VCC, which is over here, to the power on the board as well, and the ground over to the ground. And then the other 2 wires here are connecting it to the other gate. So this gray one here connects the 1A over to the output on the other gate, and then the red one connects the output of this gate over to 1A on the other one as well. So I've tried it a bunch of different ways. Technically it doesn't work as it's supposed to. I tried switching these onto the different pins. I've tried using only one gate, different gates, just couldn't figure it out. And I also have LEDs on the outputs of each gate, which I forgot to mention. So when I plug it into the power source, this one into ground and this one into the voltage, the buttons work. So this one turns on this LED and this one turns on this LED, but they do not stay on like they are supposed to. So technically this would be S for set, and then this one would be for reset. So when you push the button, this LED should come on and stay on, and then when you press reset, this LED should come on and stay on. But that's not how it's working. So I went through and I did different gates and how it should react with the NAND gate, and I'll show that in the next clip. So here's the diagram for the NAND gate and how I did have it set up with these pins, although it did receive nothing. That's why I switched to use both inputs rather than B, just so I could get the light to turn on at least. Here's the truth table just for the NAND gate, and then for when you're using it in an SR latch. So this would mean it's invalid if you had SR low, both Q and not Q would be high. And then for down here as well, no matter kind of what you do, it'll, if you press both of them at the same time, it'll choose one to stay on, but it'll basically it'll remain the state it was previously. So it'll look like it's not changing. And these are just some trial and errors and some notes I made of what pins I used and did not do anything. So how it's supposed to work is how I represented it in these diagrams here. The ones mean high and the zeros mean low. So when you don't press either of them, both of these should be high, although that is also the invalid state. And then for the second one, if you have the reset on and S off, then only Q will light up. And then, as you can see from these ones as well. So for this one here, it's how I was mentioning earlier. If you press both of them at the same time, one of them is going to stay on. It might be Q, it might be not Q. Just depends on what state it was at previously to pressing both of them at the same time. And there's some just other little notes that I had made, and the pinout for the NAND gate, just so I could stay on track. Thank you.